What if you're running from the very thing that you're supposed to be learning from? Like, why is it that we avoid the very thing that have come to teach us? And so a lot of times we miss the lesson in it because we let how hard the test was distract us from asking ourselves, okay, what was in this test that I supposed to learn from? What was I supposed to take away from this test and apply to my next situation? But we'll let the test be so hard and we'll fail the test, and then we'll fail to get the lesson from the test that we just failed. Instead of using the lesson from the past test and building and applying it to your next test, because you will have another test, we'll leave the test in the past. And so when we come to future tests, another trial that's in our way, another tribulation that's coming, we won't know how to handle it because we chose not to learn the lesson from the past test. So we can't just be throwing away lessons. We have to take every lesson to build on so that we may pass the next test. And if we keep avoiding the lessons, we're going to keep failing the test. We're going to keep staying on the same cycle. We're going to be in the same circle, year after year, same cycle, repeating the same patterns year after year. We won't go to the next class. We won't get promoted to the next level. We hold ourselves up because why would God promote me? Why would God promote you if I'm refusing, if I'm avoiding the lesson, if I'm avoiding the hard things on this level? He won't be able to trust me for the things that he have on the next level, because guess what? The things that he have on the next level will be challenging also. They will be hard also. But guess what? They will be doable. They will be hard, but doable. And he didn't promise us that it's easy. It's doable, but it will be hard. Nothing about life is easy. So you have to learn what you need to learn on this phase, in this step, in this season of your life, in order to do well in the next season. What if instead of dreading the test, instead of dreading the struggle, we start embracing it? Because we know that our next level, we know that the level up, we know that our blessings are on the other side. So we might as well go through the hard part in order to get our results on the other side. Just for example, I don't like budgeting. I can't stand budgeting. Like the writing your list of expenses and your income on one side, your expenses that's going out on the other side. I can't stand doing that. I hate doing that. But throughout the month, I find myself failing little tests because I'm not tracking my expenses. I'm not sticking to the discipline. I'm not sticking to the plan. I'm not sticking to what I said I can only spend on this. I got this to spend on that. And then when I go to my account, I'm looking crazy because I didn't stick to the plan. I wasn't disciplined. I avoided the lesson. I failed the test. And so this is why we have to start embracing the things that we hate doing. We have to start embracing the hard things. We have to start embracing the struggles. We have to start embracing the lessons that's going to help us to build. And like, I've always been the type of person who you would probably consider a hustler, a go-getter, make it happen type of person. I literally can turn $0 into 100 and 100 into 1,000. And I've done it over and over and over. But my part has been keeping it. And that's what I'm working on now, because what purpose is there to know how to make money if you avoiding the discipline, if you avoiding the necessary changes that it takes to keep the money that you're making? So that's the path that I'm on. I'm learning discipline to be able to see the money that I'm making. I've generated thousands in my brand, but what's the point if you can't look back and see it? And so that's what I've been on. I'm 34, learning about financial literacy at 34, learning about budgeting and skills and credit and business credit, all at 34 years old, because I didn't come from a family who talked about financial plans. I didn't come from a family who talked about budgeting. I didn't come from a family who sat at the table and talked about how to write your list of income out, how to pay this and how to pay that. I didn't come from a family who talked about money, period. I came from the type of family, we knew what day of the month the bills had to be paid, and the bills were paid that day of the month, and a lot of times later than that day of the month. So I never had what you would call a healthy relationship with money. And so here I am, 34 years old, and know how to make money. I know how to make it, but I'm still having trouble with keeping it, knowing where to put what, where to allocate what. And so now, not only my brand, now I've started learning how to make money in the stock market and day trading. So now I have money coming in. So I have no choice but to learn how to discipline myself and know where to invest my money back into. So I have a skill set to be able to sell. I also have a skill set to be able to day trade in the stock market. A lot of people don't know how to day trade. It's a hard skill to learn. So I've learned that skill. So now I'm in the process of showing myself that, hey, you still know how to generate money outside of a 9 to 5, but you have to consistently show yourself that you can build this money up, make this money, and know where to put it. So that's just my story. You may have the same story as me, or you may have a different story. You may be avoiding something else. You may be avoiding your healing process. You may be avoiding losing weight. You may be avoiding starting a business. You may be avoiding starting a new 9-to-5 out of fear. It just all differs, but the mindset process is the same. We can't avoid the process. We can't avoid the struggle. We can't avoid the lesson. We have to learn a lesson in order to keep passing the test that's going to come. But I hope you got something from this video that can carry you along your journey. You don't have to avoid the struggle. You don't have to avoid the hard things. You don't have to avoid the process. Deal with it, embrace it, go through it, and grow through it. But if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and to my new subscribers, I see you. I appreciate you. Just want to say thank you. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here for the journey. Let's build.